Today was like any other day at Sunnyfields Country Club. Hot 75 with no clouds, a full tee sheet, and all the regulars. A group of employees gathered in their normal spot before their hot, long summer day began. Gonna be a hot one today, 75 with no clouds.
It seems really crowded to me today. Anybody else?
Yeah, apparently the new director, Mr. Smith, hasn't been too good at following all the COVID protocols.
Yeah, it's just as busy as it was last summer, but there's no social distancing upstairs in the restaurant.
So we better be really careful or one of us might get it and spread to the whole country club. Gotta get back to work.
All right.
I really hope none of us get it.
Yeah, me too. A few days later, Rachel and Ryan meet at their normal spot before they head off to do their daily positions.
I won't believe this. Apparently someone on our staff tested positive for COVID and Mr. Smith won't tell us who it is. I think it might be Baker in the cart barn, but rumor has it Sally Mae didn't show up for work today.
You know, now that you mention it, Sally Mae was coughing a lot the other day.
Do you think he'll tell us about it and who it was that tested positive?
I mean, he has to. If not, potentially all of us could be exposed and not know it.
I guess we'll see how he handles the situation. Still no word on who has COVID. I hope I haven't been exposed.
Me too, especially if it was Sally Mae. I'm gonna go talk to Mr. Smith during my lunch break and see what he thinks. Lunch rolls around and Rachel makes her way up to Mr. Smith's office to address her concerns. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. Do you have a moment to talk about some of the rumors I've heard going around the country club?
Well, of course. Please come in.
Thank you. I've heard someone on staff tested positive for COVID-19 and we have yet to be informed. Is that true?
Well, I figured that was what you were coming here about. Thank you for coming to me first instead of continuing to spread the rumors. Yes, someone has tested positive and I am holding a Zoom meeting with all the employees tonight.
Really? Are we allowed to know who?
Unfortunately, no, due to confidentiality.
I completely understand. Thank you so much for talking with me about it.
Of course. Thank you for being professional about the situation. Let me know if you need anything else, Rachel.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Smith. A few hours later, Rachel and Ryan meet at their normal spot before they go home after their long, hard day.
Hey, how was your day?
Good. How was yours?
It was great.
Oh, it looks like Mr. Smith just sent us a text saying we have a mandatory meeting for all employees at 5 tonight.
Well, we know what this is about.
It's 5 p.m. and all employees hop on Zoom to meet with Mr. Smith.
Thank you all for joining our meeting today. There are a few important announcements. Unfortunately, we have received the news that one of our employees has tested positive for COVID-19. It was very important for all of you to be aware. Due to confidentiality, I cannot release the name of this employee because the entire staff will take part in a mandatory 10-day quarantine. In the meantime, we will be working on a new set of mandatory guidelines for all employees. As far as implementing, it will be up to each separate division to enforce the protocol and report those who are not. Thank you for your cooperation, and please return in 10 days ready to make major changes. Any questions? If not, I will see you guys later.
What we witnessed here is a best-case scenario. Rachel showed respect by asking to enter Mr. Smith's office and asking him about the rumors instead of accusing him of anything. This allowed Mr. Smith the chance to speak on the issue at hand in a professional exchange. In the end, both parties got the result they were hoping for. Days have passed since the rumor started about an employee having COVID-19, and yet Mr. Smith has still not addressed the rest of the employees about it.
I cannot believe Mr. Smith has still not addressed this situation.
I know. I mean, Sally Mae still isn't back at work, and I heard that a hostess in the restaurant also tested positive.
If this continues, we can all be exposed within a week.
I know. If Mr. Smith doesn't address this soon, I'm going to talk to him directly myself. Hours pass and no information has been released to the employees. Rachel makes her way up to Mr. Smith's office and enters without asking. Mr. Smith, I need to talk to you immediately.
Whoa, what's going on?
I know that you're hiding the fact that employees here have been testing positive. We are all at risk and it's your fault. This whole country club is doomed.
Whoa. Let me stop you right there. This is very inappropriate behavior. If you have an issue with how I'm running my company, that is your opinion.
Well, I do.
Look, Rachel, it's no one's business but mine if an employee has tested positive and it is my decision when and if I want to share that with them.
This is ridiculous, Mr. Smith. Sally Mae has not been to work in several days. I was aware she wasn't feeling well. I had to work in close contact with her, as did many others, and I have the right to know.
Once again, this is none of your concern and does not need further discussion. Now, this conversation is over, and you are free to leave my office and don't come back.
What we witnessed here is a worst-case scenario. Rachel was very disrespectful from the second she entered Mr. Smith's office without asking. With her arms crossed and frustration in her voice, she seemed powerless and angry. This made for Mr. Smith to be defensive from the start and not open to anything Rachel had to say. By the end, both parties were left unhappy and the situation was not fixed.
Julia Vasquez as Rachel, Cartgirl employee.
Cody Lavelle as Ryan, Sunnyfield employee.
Dylan Katz is Mr. Smith.
Allie Caroline as Sally Mae, COVID victim.